Hello there, my friend. Thanks for stopping on by. I'm Dr Know, and this is my assistant, Darwin.
Aye, hello there, me young wee whippersnappers.
Now, today I'd like to talk to you about one of my favourite subjects, dinosaurs.
Oh, dinosaurs, great! With their big bitey teeth and their sharp pointy claws. Oh, they're a bit like me, really.
Yes. Well, dinosaurs were amazing-looking creatures, and they came in all sorts of shapes and sizes, from as small as your hand to as large as a building.
For instance, take a look at this. This dinosaur is called a Brachiosaurus and was huge, about 12 metres high by about 22.5 metres wide. Its most obvious features are the great length of its neck and that its front legs were larger than its back legs. It's thought that both these features would have helped the dinosaur when it fed on the leaves at the top of tall trees. A dinosaur like this, which eats leaves and other vegetation, is called a herbivore, and a dinosaur that eats meat is called a carnivore, just like this one. This is the Allosaurus. It had a very large skull, and its jaws were lined with a row of formidable large serrated teeth. He makes a shark in jaws look like a wee goldfish. Do you think he'd bankrupt the tooth fairy if he lost all his teeth?
Well, quite possibly, I suppose. And if they'd lived in the same time period, perhaps his Euoplophallus with its tail club would have been the dinosaur to knock them out. Not only did it have this great weapon to protect itself with, but it was also covered with bony spines that were set into its leathery skin for defence. And take a look at this. This is a Stegosaurus. It was originally thought that its back plates were similarly to protect it from other dinosaur attacks, but it's now thought that they acted as heat controllers. The plates were made of a spongy bone that were filled with blood and could be used either as radiators to lose heat to the air when the animal was hot, or as solar panels to warm the body if it was cold. Very clever thinking. And talking about someone using their head, take a look at this dinosaur. It's called a Pachycephalosaurus, and it had a massively thickened skull roof that gave its head a domed appearance. It's thought that they engaged in a sort of violent head-butting contest to establish their position within their social group. And look at this for unusual headgear. This is a Parasaurolophus. It has a most striking crest and was most likely used to produce distinctive sounds. Unfortunately, you won't see any around today, because they lived here on Earth about 65 million years ago.
65 million? That's probably the same amount of hair I can see up your nose. Have you ever wondered if you can transplant them onto your head? 'Cause you've got a lot of real estate up there, if you know what I mean. And talking about things disappearing, where'd all the dinosaurs go?
Well, no one is 100% sure, but one theory is that a large meteorite hit the Earth perhaps in the Gulf of Mexico. The impact was so severe that it kicked up enough dust and water vapor to block out the sun for several months. Without the sun, many plants would have withered and died, and the dinosaurs which fed on them, the herbivores, would have starved to death. With all the herbivores dead, the carnivores would have also sadly starved to death.
Oh, that's really sad. But what I don't understand is if all dinosaurs are dead, then how do we know they existed at all?
Well, we know they existed because they left behind fossils. Now, fossils are the imprint of their bones, and they came about when an old or injured dinosaur died close to a water source such as a river and was perhaps washed into it. After several days, the dinosaur's soft tissue, its skin and muscles rotted away, leaving only its skeleton, which was quickly buried by mud. As time passed, the bones slowly decayed, leaving a hollow mould, which was sometimes filled with minerals that were percolating through the rocks above, and formed a sort of solid replica of the bone, which we call a fossil.
Aye, and talking about fossils, the doctor probably knew this one personally, Doc? You see, I'm saying you're probably old enough to, Aye, never mind.
Oh, yes, I see. See the fossil thing. Oh, very, very amusing. But to continue, dinosaur remains have been dug up for hundreds of years, and this may have been where the mythology, or stories, if you like, about large fire-breathing dragons came from.
Oh, so what you're seeing is that someone may have found an old dinosaur fossil or something and taken it back to the village where they lived and, like, said to everyone, "Oh, look, I've slain the dragon. Oh, aren't I brave? Oh, look at me."
Well, quite possibly, because it wasn't until the year 1841 that the first scientific meeting was held to discuss the reptile fossils that had been discovered up to that time. A scientist called Richard Owen recognized that some of these fossils tended to be large and, unlike other reptiles he had seen, walked on long pillar-like legs that tucked under their body rather than splayed out to the side.
Aye, that's right, interesting, Doc, but looking at all these prehistoric bones and things has made me right hungry. I'm off to get some grub. Are you coming, Doc?
Ah, yes, well, we seem to have run out of time anyway, so thanks for watching. We really enjoyed making this for you, and we hope that you found it was more about dinosaurs than dino snores. Yes, just a little joke. Cheerio.
I smell you later, you wee Sassenachs. Hey, Doc, what does a triceratops sit on? Is Tricerabottom? Yeah.